I was getting offers, but they were not great films, and I chose a certain kind of films, but they didn't do well. It became, the movies just kept pushing me backwards in my career. So I just gave up one day, and whilst I was doing those movies, I got into alcohol, and alcohol is something which is the worst thing you can do to yourself. It was a dark period. It was horrible, and as I said earlier when I was talking to you, that no one can help you. They can comfort you, they can shower you with love, they can make you feel comfortable, but it's your mental state, which is you have to correct it by yourself. They had started saying that Bobby is happy, he's enjoying life, he's had his success, he doesn't need to work, he's lazy or things like that. And yes, I wasn't getting work, so I thought my career is ended. How will I earn any? How will I be earning member of my family? So it is very important, and I guess that fear is always going to be there amongst everyone. My family, they look in their eyes, and I'm like, why do they always look at me with such sadness in their eyes? Because they were all worried that when will Bobby come out of it? Because they know that they can't help me beyond giving me comfort with love and affection. And my kids asking my wife that why doesn't Papa go? Why is he always home? Why doesn't he go out to work? And that suddenly, just snapped out.
So whenever I speak about 90s and 90s actors, I always say that they are nothing less than today I have somebody who I've loved watching while I was growing up, and I've loved conversing when I became a journalist. Sharing his own untold story with us today is Bobby Deol, joining us for a conversation only on Pink Villa. When I introduce you and I say that you've been an emotion, almost all the 90s heroes and heroines till date, they have a certain enigma to them, But there was a point when you went through that lull in your career. How did you accept it, and how much time did you take to even get to it or accept it?
See, I just believe it was like a black hole which I fell into, and it was created by my own stupidness. Because you have to face the world, you have to be strong. And what happened in those days was that, in fact, when I started my career, there was nothing like a PR, or there was nothing like, trying to promote yourself through your PR.
Yeah.
That was just the beginning. When I started my career, it was just getting into the system of being an actor, being in this profession. So I never got into that because, the deals, we don't like to talk about ourselves too much. So we're always away from everything. So when that was happening, at the same time, I was being successful. I was seeing other new actors coming in, and I was happy that everybody has space, everybody's working. I used to appreciate everyone. I never felt that person should get this film. I was like, there's space for everyone. But then there was more and more people coming into the industry. And when I started, people used to come to you to offer you work. But because there were so many people coming in our industry at that point, people started looking for work. They were not getting work. So they started going to the offices, staying there, meeting people. And I was not used to that kind of a system. So suddenly roles started becoming lesser interesting roles I was being offered, the same kind of roles which I would have been offered some other actors doing. So I started wondering what's happening, and I just got disheartened, and slowly it kept becoming like that. I was getting offers, but they were not great films, and I chose a certain kind of films, but they didn't do well. It became, the movies just kept pushing me backwards in my career. So I just gave up one day, and whilst I was doing those movies, I got into alcohol, and alcohol is something which is the worst thing you can do to yourself. When you become so weak, when you lose your faith in yourself, you just start doing the things that make you feel comfortable for that moment. And really, I'm so blessed with a beautiful family. Then slowly, I started noticing my family, they look in their eyes, and I'm like, why do they always look at me with such sadness in their eyes? Because they were all worried that when will Bobby come out of it? Because they know that they can't help me beyond giving me comfort with love and affection. But to get to professionally, I have to stand on my own 2 feet, which I wasn't understanding. There my father's in front of my eyes, where he's the biggest inspiration for me. And I didn't even look into how he struggled in his life to get work. So eventually, I started seeing my kids looking at me, my wife, and my kids asking my wife that why doesn't Papa go? Why is he always home? Why doesn't he go out to work? And that suddenly, just snapped out. I mean, I just snapped out of this stupid thing, and I just decided, no, I have to be, I have to do things on my own. I have to be, I have to have belief in myself. I have to be positive for that to have belief in myself. So I started trying to make myself more positive. I started believing in myself more because I had done work. I was successful. Why am I doing this to myself? And I just stopped doing all those things. I just started preparing myself that one day someone will come offering you work. If you're not ready, how will you do your best? And then I started meeting people. I started going out to offices, asking people for work, started taking care of my fitness, got more serious about my fitness. And, I believe that your positive attitude, your persistence always attracts people.
Yes.
And slowly, people started thinking about me. And also because in social media, at a point, they had started saying that Bobby is happy, he's enjoying life, he's had his success, he doesn't need to work, he's lazy or things like that. So there was, because social media can say anything they want and people start believing that.
Yeah, also
And
because
that's
maybe you were not there on social media. Back
yeah.
then, a lot of things were actually written and said about you. Also, even at a point when there was no social media, also a lot of things were written about you, which people who know you know that you are not unprofessional as it was being termed out to.
Yeah. So that was what was happening and I had to come out, I had to speak my heart out. And I think, I don't know, I've always been told to be very honest about yourself because my mother always says, हमेशा सच बोलो, झूठ मत बोलो, दिल में जो बात है उसको बताओ सब. I am just like that. I just had to speak out because I had to let people know that I was going through a bad phase, not because of anything else. And I spoke about it the first time, and people actually read it. Thanks to social media again, people read it. They started understanding. Okay, we were wrong about what he was. We assumed and presumed that he was like this or like that, but now we know exactly what he was going through because nobody knows anyone's personal life. I think I'm so grateful to Salman because he is a very big-hearted guy and he's really caring and he gave me this opportunity and I was like that kick-started my career in a way because people started noticing me. The younger generation hasn't seen me, so that film I knew millions are going to watch. So I got noticed. Then slowly, because I had met Sajid Nadiadwala some time back, he also offered me Houseful 4. And but still, the satisfaction of it as an actor, I was still searching for that to be known as an actor. And because end of the day, stardom doesn't stay forever. But as an actor, if you're good, if people appreciate your work as an actor, then work will never stop.
Yeah, but for a really long time, you were actually misunderstood. There were stories about. Have you read those in those magazines, those tabloids that used to come like, oh, he's not coming, he's not, coming on time, and he's late, he's not
Yeah, I
listening to
mean,
us. Did that affect
those
you?
were. See, the thing is, you can ask anyone I worked with personally if you go ask them. I've never been late for work. I've never cancelled work. I've always been there, and I've worked hours according to when they wanted to shoot. So I don't know where those stories came up from, but I think that's the reason why I spoke my heart out when I did the first time because I wanted people to know I was never like that. I mean, because people, as I said, people just make up stories because they don't know anyone's life. They can just make stories up and write them. So I think that happened, but you know, that'll always keep happening. There'll always be people making stories about you without knowing you, but I know at the end of the day, you have to stay with a positive mind and be focused. So that's the only thing you can do because कुछ लोग क्या वो कौन सा गाना था कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे लोगों का काम है कहना छोड़ो बेकार की बातों कहीं बीत ना जाए रहना.
But at one point of time when you said that you zoned out of it of the space you were in and then you wanted to look out for work, did the industry insiders actually help you back then?
See, they could see that there was no fire inside me. They could see that he is a little lost right now in his life, I think, because I was. And I couldn't see things clearly. So me getting work at that point, I did get work. Even in those 2, 3 years, I did 1 or 2 films here and there, but it wasn't something out of choice. It was just something I had to work. And so it was not like that. I mean, the industry, when this, you can only attract people around you with your positive attitude. That's what I've noticed. When you're positive, people just, there's this energy and it kind of, if it attracts people around you. So I think that's how it is.
But were there financial difficulties during that period?
See, you become a parent, and then you think, obviously, the worry would always be there that, you're a parent, you have to think about the future of your kids. You need to be capable enough to look after them. So that fear will always be there. It's not that money is the only thing that you want in life, but you need to feel that secure feeling of yes, you can take care of your kids. So it's not like I want to be the richest person in the world, but it's just that I have to take care of my kids because they didn't ask to be born. I brought them into this world, and that is my duty as a father to take care of them. So I had to think about all those things. And yes, I wasn't getting work, so I thought my career is ended. How will I earn any? How will I be earning member of my family? So it is very important, and I guess that fear is always going to be there amongst everyone.
Also, you have been one of those actors who have openly spoken about going through a troubled time when it comes to depression. You said that you had hit a phase where you were feeling a lot let down by yourself. First of all, it's a stigmatized society where people don't really come out and speak about it. But how dark were those days? Like, could anybody come and help you then? Were there any actors like that?
See, I wasn't depressed. I was sad, and people mistake these two terms, being sad and depressed, because when you are depressed, a friend of mine who has depression, he doesn't know why he's feeling sad. He's always feeling sad. You don't know what he's going through. He doesn't know why he's doing this. He gets those feelings of doing things to himself. And then, luckily for him, he was taken care by his wife who put him onto proper medication, and he's doing fine now. He's like my best friend. And the thing is, I was sad. And जब होता है ना हम लोग लाइफ में normally I'm feeling depressed today. अरे I'm feeling depressed today. I wasn't depressed. I was just sad. And yes, it was a dark period. It was horrible. And as I said earlier when I was talking to you, that no one can help you. They can comfort you. They can shower you with love. They can make you feel comfortable. But it's your mental state, which is you have to correct it by yourself. You have a beautiful surrounding. You need a proper surrounding around you. You need that comfort. And I think that also really helped for me because I have a beautiful family. I live in a joint family.
Yeah.
My brother is like a father figure to me. My mom, my dad, my sisters, my cousins. And so you need that comfort around you. That kind of makes you feel slightly, that you can come out of things. And I think it's very important that you have good friends who can be there for you. My friends were there for me. They understood what I was going through. And today, I'm telling you, I have friends and fans and family who are as happy today as I would, because my happiness for them is their happiness, And I'm very blessed that I have such relationships with a lot of people. So that's all I can say.
No, I want to add that this 2.0 version of Bobby Deol that we see is very different from what we have seen in terms of perseverance and determination, like you said. There is that hunger to do well with every other project that you're taking up, and I'm sure everybody's talking about it. Everybody understands it and values it today all the more. Thank you for sharing your story with us, because this is going to inspire a lot of people.
Well, thank you so much for having me on your show, and stay safe and enjoy Kolkata.